Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Confident Leadership. My name is Kristin Gutierrez. I am so excited to introduce our guest today. Well, to have her introduce herself. But I am a keynote speaker, a best-selling author of Be a Better Sales Leader, and I'm a vice president of sales and marketing for an awesome company called Language Network. It just so happens I help people step into leadership roles and climb the corporate ladder using a two-pronged approach of both giving back more internally and creating space for thought leadership externally. But enough about me. I'm so excited to introduce Rasha to you today. Hello, Rasha. Tell us about yourself.
Hi. Well, I don't want to introduce myself from the past. I'm going to introduce myself from now. I'm now volunteering at Women Localization as a content and team member. So what I do now, actually, as myself, I'm challenging myself to get out of my way. So I'm doing everything that I feel like I have fear of. I'm doing it. So I'm starting a new chapter in my life.
I love it. I love it. I mean, this is amazing. Yes. And it's the new year, right? So 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks until we're in the new year, where people are often creating resolutions and looking at life with a clean slate. So even if it wasn't, it's always a perfect time to reinvent yourself and step into, the person that you're meant to be and to get out of your own way, which is the topic for today. So tell me, what's hard? All of it's hard. It's so hard, right?
It's just to be a beginner at something and to just convince yourself, to reset your mindset was not easy for me. It wasn't actually. So what I did is I have this sound, as I told you, is holding me Rasha, are you sure? No, don't do it. I'm I'm pushing myself. This is what I succeeded to do, is my thoughts holding me back. But what I do, my action, is to put myself in the position that I don't want to be in. For today, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. Just go put it. And this is a birthday present for myself. I'm going to put myself out there once again, because I held myself back for a little while.
We all hold ourselves back. That's why this topic is so relevant. I mean, it depends on when people have come into my life, you especially. I haven't known you that long, but there are massive periods of time, even in present day, depending on the thing that I'm doing, in which we're holding ourselves back. And I think that's what's so critical, is to understand that we're not alone. Even when it's our thoughts, as you said, getting in our way, what's the community of people, women in localization, or you have, people in your Facebook or your LinkedIn that you have, or your friends and your family and all the other people, right? But who are the people that you can lean into? I know when I lost my job, April 2023, I had invested in mentorship for the first time ever. And when I mean invested, I mean spent money to officially to pay for coaching. And it just so happened, then I got let go of my job. And instead of thinking, oh, why is this happening to me? I said, flip the script and what is happening for me? And I leaned in to my community. And I know you're part of my community now, and I love that. And that's why you're here, right? Because you're I'll get out of my own way and share my perspective about the fact that I'm still in my own way, and I'm moving forward one step at a time.
Yeah, and actually, this is the end of the year. And when I looked back, I did something. I felt like I did something, because I'm struggling to get a job. I'm struggling with my resume. Everything is new for me, because I was in this comfort zone for a long time. And I used to have a different kind of job that it's like really and I'm dealing with little kids, so how simple is it? And to be like in the child mind for big time, and now with adults, what I'm gonna do, this is a new word for me, so I have to adopt this. How? So I started to do these small steps, and I felt like what I'm doing is randomly, but then when I look back, I see like, oh my god, I did something like to reach to the goal that I want to go to, and I didn't realize that. So I'm so happy to meet you and to be a part of your community, and everything I did the whole year was meant to be something that I was like, I wasn't consciously thinking this is gonna get me somewhere, but for me, I'm so happy comparing myself.
I'm so happy that we were put in touch, really. Shout out to Carrie Fisher, right? Because she is responsible for putting us in touch, and it's an honor to have you in our community. Let's talk about the goals, because again, even if it wasn't beginning of the year, right? But it's a really good time. Oops. Am I freezing? It's a really good time to say, what is our next 12-month goal? Okay. And obviously 3-year, 5-year type stuff too, but it's less about the macro in this case, because you already touched on this. And it's more about having a goal. In corporations, in my world, we're often living quarter by quarter. So as a vice president of sales, I have a revenue target for the year, but that's like, how do I break it down month by month, quarter by quarter, to build enough pipeline in the team to generate the ultimate number end of year, right? And it's not always uphill. Sometimes it's up and down. So it doesn't matter what the goal is, right? It's establishing now your yearly goals and then breaking them into quarter by quarter. Don't worry so much right now about two things. One, about the 6, 9, 12-month goals. Just worry about 3 months. Create one 3-month goal, or 3 to 5 3-month goals that are going to help you get closer to your yearly goals, right? And for every goal you have for the quarter, break that down into a couple different tasks. And then hold yourself accountable. Come to our community like you do every single week, right? And hold yourself accountable to those tasks that you're ultimately doing, working towards your goal, right? Because you've already said it, like you had a goal and then you were doing a lot of things, and then those things all led to X, Y, and Z, right? But there is really a framework around how people can tackle and get out of their own way and have a successful start to the year, which will set them up for 2024, best year ever. Like, I want 2024 to be best year ever. What about you?
Yeah, of course. I'm looking forward, although many things happening, but I know I have to do it. Like, why we are here for a reason. So everyone has a struggle or, something to go through, and any place in the world and anytime. So for me, like what you said, it was something I want to do. And now I have more clear vision, because I did what I told you, what I was fear about the most. So I did the fundamentals. I can understand myself now. I can see clearly what I want and what I want to achieve now. Before, I didn't know what is my goals are. Mm-hmm. But what I did, I surrounded myself with people that I want to be in the future, or they're doing something that I wanna do. So that helped me a lot. Although it was oh my God, what I'm doing here, I'm embarrassing myself. I don't know anything. So it was I having this vague vision, because I really have fear, because I'm starting from scratch. I cannot understand anything totally because of fear. But then when I stepped out of my comfort zone and I said yes to every no that I wanted to say, no, yes. So I break this. So I'm really relieved. And as we talked about before, set some goals. I know now what I'm going to do for the upcoming 3 months. Yes. As you said, it's really important to put to break the goal into small steps, because it's better. It's way better that way.
It's easier. I mean, it's easier to look at the sum of the parts and not get so overwhelmed with the whole, right? So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this week I can do this thing, this month I can do these things. And all of a sudden, if you keep moving forward, because consistency compounds. So the more we show up for ourselves, the more we make phone calls or do emails or say yes to opportunities, the more those opportunities present themselves. I am absolutely humbled that a best-selling author reached out to me on LinkedIn 3 days ago to say, this is what I do. I see your page and what you do. How can we collaborate? I'm like, yes, because I just learned about you. Your book looks amazing. So like, let me see if I can tell you the name of the book. Hold on, so that I give her a shout out. It's Every Day I Am Just Deaf, Life in a Hearing World with Deaf Queen Boss. So I don't know her entire story, except that she became deaf at 4 years old. And like, I mean, and I'm not going to speak for her because I don't know yet, but it seems to me that she inspires others to lean in and overcome. And then it says she helps young adults with disabilities, helping them build confidence.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. So for you, right? Yeah, tell me.
That's great. And for me, like I can see now that everyone like come out of his shell and tell his story that can help someone somewhere to align with. And that's really great. That's why everyone should speak up if they have something to say, because there's some people are waiting for some people to align with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Everybody, so many people in this world need to learn from you. Right. And we have to, we're going to come back to the imposter syndrome scared thing, right? I think it's a great, I think everybody's there, including myself. So we'll come there. But like, I almost wrote a post this morning, and maybe I still will, which is like how writing a book helped establish, like, I don't know what the thing is, which is why I didn't write it, but it's like how it helped me establish myself as a thought leader. Because the book I wrote is directly responsible for me having this job, is directly responsible for me having so much success as a consultant and then landing keynote speaking engagements. And I learned how to like align everything around this, having like a tunnel vision for like leaning into my expertise. Right. And so many of us, you included, you've gone through so much, you've learned so much, you have so much knowledge. And now it's a matter of like leaning into that knowledge and sharing it with the world. And the reality is most of us are used to absorbing content in book form, right? Would you be interested if I'm thinking about writing a second book actually in 2024. And what if I put together like a small group of people to show how to write a book in a short amount of time, and what the system is to do so that you take away the overwhelm and the fear and all of those. And I give you like a blueprint for doing that. I just thought of that. Would that be interesting?
Yeah, of course, because I'm struggling to do so, because you want to tell everyone what you learned from your life journey. And to be honest, I'm really grateful for every obstacle that I faced, everything, like even starting from zero, it was crazy, and I felt stuck, and I felt the most thing that like really scared me to feeling lost, totally lost. And this is when I did know myself, and I leaned to all the accomplishments. Like I can see now I accomplished a lot in my past life, and I thought like I have nothing to start from, but no, there's so many things. And yeah, of course I would be interested.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's amazing. Like we'll talk about that offline, right? Or we can talk about it in the community call next. But
yeah,
like you talked about what I would sum up as imposter syndrome, because I think the other thing is, depending on when people's lives intersect, you might come into someone's life when they're just having all this success, when it doesn't look like anything is hard for them, which is why like after like the first few years of Instagram, we started kind of referring to it as like the highlight reel of people's life, this filtered, clean version. Somebody was just saying to me last week that like Now it's all about like showing up like, oh, this is completely me, unfiltered and yada, 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 because of like how it was. And now we've gone complete opposite, which is kind of ironic. But the reality is about life and getting out of your own way is that we're all scared, right? And we all have that little voice in our head, or the little devil on one side and the angel on the other, telling us all the reasons why we're not good enough. Or somebody says something to us so harmlessly and it gets stuck in your head, and then you stop doing the thing that you're doing because somebody else's opinion is impacting your growth. I mean, that happened to me a lot between the months of June and like October of this year. And it was extremely frustrating, but like I could recognize what was happening and I just couldn't stop it. So I think let's just level set that we all have the imposter syndrome, that we all get stuck. We're all scared. Like, what are people going to think of me? Right? Or like, who gives me the authority to have these opinions or be an expert in X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, I can understand it totally. This is the thing, like, you know what I did? I went through this journey and it was really hard. Then when I got back to myself, and I did heal myself by myself, but also there was some people that I met in the way. I learned a lot from them. And some people, they are like, were really lost, or I don't know, how can I describe it? And I really want to write a story about it. It was totally crazy, but beautiful. Then I realized how I view my life through a story. This is how I convinced myself. This is how I told myself, and I healed myself. And then this is where I found my skill and my talent in storytelling. And I was so happy and excited. That's why I started to write on Medium, and I had some nice comments, although I'm still like, a startup, but I really liked it. So what I'm telling, like, we have this, I don't know why we are scared not to be perfect. We're not perfect. And we're always looking for being like the most perfect thing. Like, I have to be the best perfect version of myself to do what I want to do. I have to figure it out, then do it. And this is totally absurd.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. When I start to think, like, you know what, I want to be the most imperfect one. I accept myself the way I am, and I'm so happy to be different. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. And I love to embarrass myself and make it like, this is the story for me to always retell and laugh at it. So I put myself in crazy situations, and I like it now.
Yeah, but I mean, no, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. And that is universal across relationships and business and all things in between. And then the fear in which I have to be perfect, or Rasha has it all figured out, right? And like, I'm not like Rasha, so until I have it all figured out, I can't move forward. The reality is, that's why this series is so impactful. We did one with Marina Alaria on failing forward, like why it's so much better to take action now, to get out of your own way, the baby steps, like have the goal, have a community, have people you can lean on, and simply start acting, right? Knowing that you're not alone, and that the fear you feel is actually the same chemical makeup of like the joy that you have, but your body has internalizes fear different than joy. And so if we can rechannel the fear into joy and excitement, now we can actually use that energy to propel us forward, knowing that nobody has it figured out. And that's the benefit of communities, because we might need to hear that every single day for 5 years in a row. Keep going, Rasha. No one has it figured out. Keep going. I'm so proud of you for being here, because we were WhatsApping back and forth.
Yeah, I told you about the sound. It was like, really?
You were sharing all your internal dialogue. No, I can't do it. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Really? I forced myself. I hold the phone. I'm like, oh, what I did. And I'm telling you, the sound in my head, what it's telling me, actually. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So this is great. I hope this is inspiring for other people to know that like nobody has it figured out, right? We're all just trying to do our best.
Yeah.
Leave us with some words of encouragement, or like, let's wrap up.
Well, I would like to share my perspective. This is how I post myself. I said like, you know what? I'm gonna imagine that life is the same dream. Like it's a dream. Okay. When you dream, you will do the crazy things that you want to do. You go, walk barefoot in the street and nothing will happen. You won't even feel the people that you see and you don't care about their reaction. So just do it. Just imagine you are in a dream and do it.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. This is amazing. You're right. And you're right. We don't care in our dreams.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for inspiring us today and bringing us back to reality and just being here with us today. People can find you on LinkedIn, right? So we expect like lots of LinkedIn connections. And you did say you're looking for a job. So hopefully somebody in the community can help.
Yeah, I'm happy to connect with people like me. And I'm really happy to be with you, Kristin. And I was happy, to be honest.
All right. Well, what's that?
I'm going to see you in a little bit while in the community.
Yeah. I will see you there today. And